This is Act and Analyze with Maggie and Tyler. We're two best friends.
I'm an actress.
And I'm a therapist.
In Act and Analyze, you will hear us discuss all things within media and our daily lives while relating it to our lovely guests.
We want to have fun, but also learn along the way.
Everywhere around us is media. We just want to know, what type of media helps you, or infuriates you, or makes you feel good?
We want to grow with you and leave you all feeling better than how we found you.
Welcome to Act and Analyze.
Hi, everyone.
Hey. Welcome to Act and Analyze Season 2.
We are so back. I'm so excited about it. I'm so pumped about it.
Yes. Back for Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So much has happened.
Yep.
And we're back, and it's a fun time. We're here in my childhood home.
Yes.
We were just in Tyler's childhood home in the last episode of Season 1.
Yep.
That was filmed forever ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're here in my childhood bedroom.
Yes. Yes. I love it. This bedroom has seen so much. And has had so many different facelifts. And
Yeah. She's really up and coming. She's really a constant evolution of me.
As we all are. Yes.
We're going to get into a lot of fun stuff this episode.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about a lot of our Euro summer.
Yes.
Your Euro summer, my Euro summer. Our summers in general.
Yep.
What content we've been listening to, watching, reading, loving.
And just like the adjustment into the summer ending, fall starting, making sure we're taking care of ourselves and keeping our mental health and wellness in check.
Yes.
And so we're really excited and we're really happy to be back.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Maggie, the Earth was so fun.
So fun.
It's
so
like,
crazy fun.
It feels really, and you got home before me, so you kind of explained this to me, and I didn't really understand until like I got back and understood what you were saying, but you were like, no, it feels like I wasn't there. Like, it feels like it was a dream. Like, it feels like a time warp, like being back here. I like couldn't understand it because I was still living it. But now that I'm back, like I totally understood what you meant. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, that is why it was so important to remain present and just really take in every moment. But it's really hard to when everything's just like so exciting and like liberating and there's constant change and you're constantly seeing new places, meeting new people, having new experiences. Like it truly is really hard to like stay grounded and present.
Yes.
During that. And then now being back, like it was like, oh, did that actually happen?
Mm-hmm. But now I do think we're more grounded and present because of it.
Yes.
I think now we're analyzing the way we feel more often because of how exciting life was in Europe and how constantly changing and evolving like we were doing and learning and like adjusting. And I just think now here we have just even more appreciation and gratitude for life and day-to-day life. And we're actively going about our day thinking about being in the present moment, living in the moment, not taking, I don't know, I feel like not taking time to sweat the small stuff or worry about other shit.
Yeah. But I didn't do as well as I wanted to journaling while I was there.
Same.
Like I really imagine myself like every single moment, like sitting down for 5 minutes and journaling about it. Didn't happen. But you know what? It's because I was in the present.
You're in the present moment.
I wish I did do that. But it's okay because I experienced it firsthand.
Exactly.
Just taking it all in, and when the moment's right, I will journal about it.
I know. And you still did journal. You know what I mean? There are so many people that take these types of trips and don't even write about it.
Yeah.
They just do it, go, live it. And then it's like, a distant memory for them.
Exactly.
Like this is, at least it's nice that we did end up like journaling a good amount. Like I just did 2 pages, 3 pages a place. And it's just, I didn't do Germany until I got back. So I just feel that like no matter what, you know, in 10, 15 years, 30 years, I'll look back and at least have those 2 pages rather than like nothing at all.
Yeah.
And then we have a million pictures too.
Exactly.
So it's like we have a photo journal as well of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I know what you mean.
Exactly. And it's like, I felt like I was reminiscing while still going through it. Like I was already feeling nostalgic about previous places we've been, like while experiencing the next place. So, but yeah, tell me like, what was your most favorite part of the trip?
Well, I think we have to tell the Ibiza story.
Yeah, we have.
We have to. This is one of my favorite moments. It's my favorite moment on the whole trip.
Yeah.
But some highlights of the trip, I have to say, are just experiencing the food. All the food we had was unreal. I loved everything we had besides the paella.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
But I'm just not a paella girly. And I try to be, and I just realized I just never will be a paella girly.
And that's okay. Yeah.
Like, I try, you know? I do what I can. But I mean, everything else was absolutely unreal. Like, oh my gosh, now I'm like, what did we eat? Well, in Germany, we went to a Michelin star restaurant, and that was unreal. Yeah. I've never been to one before.
Yeah.
It was called Amy, right?
Amy's, yeah.
Amy's. Oh my gosh. And
in Munich.
The ceviche there, I think about all the time. We had a really good gelato in a lot of places.
Yeah.
The crab roll in France that we had was unreal. The El Oscar, the tuna. Oh my God, the tuna with the potato. The hummus, the homemade hummus.
At
Canuts.
In Ibiza.
Yeah, food and then drinks. I feel like beer and wine were our besties. And we became beer and wine girlies over in Europe. And I really like have this new appreciation for wine and beer. The one cocktail that does stick out to me is the espresso caramel martini that we had at Canuts.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
That was crazy
the
good.
Salted caramel espresso martini.
Yes, the salt with the sea salt on top. It was perfect. That sticks out for me for wines and drinks.
The sangria.
Oh yeah.
So much sangria.
So much cava.
The Radlers.
So Radlers were incredible. The Heinekens were hitting. And you
hard.
And you had Heinekens like in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So they probably hit even harder there. I was just having Heinekens in Europe and they were hitting. Yeah, and then the music scene was really amazing, and the just how we became rave girls and we learned to get lost in the music was really fun. And I loved just spending time with you and going out on my own. And also I think overall one of the things that I loved the most was the art and the museums. Every place I went to a modern art museum there. I also we went to the Picasso Museum in Barcelona.
Yep.
I feel like there are museums in Europe, and I felt this when I went to London. All the museums in Europe tell stories, whereas in New York City, if you're going to the MoMA, if you're going to the Met, it's just a plethora of galleries. And I really love art that tells stories or just takes you through someone's journey. That's why I like smaller art galleries and stuff. But I feel like these were museums that were all so different from one another. And they were huge modern museums of Barcelona, the Modern Museum of of Munich, and all those museums I felt had different meanings, purposes, life journeys, storytelling all throughout it. It really helped me connect to my art again, and
Yeah.
it reminded me of plays that I was reading. It reminded me of stories I've read. It reminded me of shows I've watched. Like, that's what I love about art, is it connects so many interfaces of everything. So I loved that.
Yeah.
Those were all the things I loved. There was not anything I would say was a miss. Like, I loved all of it.
No, literally, I know. Same. I loved all of it. I agree with you. I loved all the food. Like, the food that sticks out to me, you named a lot of it, but also the Alaska, like the tuna and the potato. Like,
So good.
I think about that so much. And like,
It was like bougie, like, trying to think. You know how they make tuna tartare? But it wasn't even that, because it was multi-layered. Like a mixed Guy Fieri garbage can nachos with...
no, yeah, like, I'm thinking too, like a shepherd's pie, but like the Spanish version, and like way fresher.
Yes.
And it was cold, so it was really refreshing.
Yes.
Vinegary, delicious, straight from the Mediterranean Sea.
Perfect type of texture, because you had the soft, pillowy potato.
Yeah.
The like mayo-y vinegary tuna that was like very fresh and cold. The raw red onion
Yep.
layer in between with that crunch.
Yep. Yeah, it was
Unreal. Fresh
I know
tomato.
it sounds simple, but
No.
it was so much more.
It was so much more. Cilantro on top.
And then, yeah, all the ceviche in Munich, the Bavarian food.
Oh, the pretzels.
Yeah, the pretzels, the schnitzel, the potato salads,
The potatoes.
mayo-based salads, and me were like this throughout Europe. The tuna salads, the pasta salads, the potato salads, the egg salads, coleslaw.
You were tight.
We were tight,
Guys were
especially in
tight.
Ireland. Like, oh my God, I would just go to the corner store and just like pile up
Yeah.
those pre-made salads.
Yes.
And when I would be working, it would be like, it could be 10 a.m., it could be 1 a.m. I was going in.
You were having a
to those mayo-based salads.
Perfect time to have during summer.
Yeah,
Perfect time.
literally. All of the, yeah, I felt like I was right back at home at a barbecue.
Except for better quality.
Way better quality food. All the snacks, the flavor of the chips,
Oh,
the chocolate.
yeah.
In Switzerland, the Swiss chocolate.
Oh my God, the fondue.
The fondue.
Talk about the fondue.
Fondue was amazing.
The
and
fondue was so good.
it was after Maggie and I were stuck in a sudden torrential downpour.
Yeah. Storm. That was crazy.
And like we were like, oh, well, okay, first of all, we went from Spain, then to France, and then to Switzerland. So in Spain and France, it's like you start really late. So restaurants are open very, very late. And then Switzerland, Germany, and the rest of the places, it's like, no, like you eat at a like 5, 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Go out by like 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And you're home by 2. Similar to like the US. So it was a transition because we went out in Switzerland wanting to have fondue, and we went out at like 9 o'clock and every restaurant was closed.
Done serving food.
But I'll never forget what my friend Brett said to me, that don't get discouraged when things don't go as planned, because you might end up stumbling upon something really great.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with us.
Yeah.
We stumbled upon this sandwich place.
That sandwich place was so good.
This sandwich place is also something I think about so much.
I think about it too so often. I can't believe it didn't come to me first.
Whole loaf of bread they give you.
Huge
loaf.
The width and size of my head.
Yep.
Like the size of my head.
Yeah.
The whole circumference.
Same with mine. And mine's even bigger than yours.
We got big noggins.
Yeah. And so you choose like the type of bread you want. You get the whole loaf. And it's like a hole in the wall place. You'd never know.
No.
And then you get to choose your protein. You get to choose your fixings, your roughage, your sauce.
Yes.
You customize it. Or you can get one that's already, a special sandwich.
Oh.
They had alcohol there, but you got to only shots.
Only shots?
So you could choose either tequila or vodka. If you got vodka, they said red or green. You chose between red vodka or green vodka. No idea. No idea what was inside that.
No.
I got red.
Me too.
And it was delicious.
It was great. They were great. They were great shots. And that cocktail bar we went to after was even better.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. With that Paloma. And they're so energy efficient there and so beautifully liberal there that they gave me a $10 Paloma, a 10 franc Paloma because I saved my ice cube in my drink. Mm-hmm. And then I just got more alcohol because the ice cube was like melted.
Yeah. The fish and chips that I got in Ireland all the time. So good.
I know.
The Irish breakfast I got was amazing. Like a vegetarian Irish breakfast was so good. Mm-hmm. At this little place in Dublin called the Irish Potato, I think is what it was called. It was so cute. What else? Yeah, so the food was the coffee. Coffee was amazing.
The coffee was amazing. Only coffee that I like as much as the coffee in Europe and has hit as much as the coffee in Europe is Rook. Mm-hmm. Nothing else. My Nespresso. Mm-hmm. I'm now finally used to it. I would say this month is the month that I'm finally back to being used to it, but still.
Yeah. Even like the Italian restaurant we got in Nice, although I did get sick with like the stomach flu or something right after, so it's hard to talk about this meal. It was still delicious.
It was really good.
It's like truffly delicious pasta.
Oh yeah, and so good. The prawns and the spaghetti was so yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Europe was incredible.
It was.
It was a beautiful time. Euro summer.
Yeah,
we did it.
We did, but yeah, I just loved the constant beautiful views. Like there was never a place that there wasn't a gorgeous view. Like in Ibiza, where we stayed in Callelunga, like it was the mountains, it was the water, it was the smell, and like we stayed in Callelunga, which is very much like a more like family place, more quiet than like Ibiza town is. Ibiza town is like the touristy, crazy party part of Ibiza. So we stayed in Callelunga, and it was just gorgeous. And then in Switzerland, it was the Swiss Alps. In Nice, it was the French Riviera. Amsterdam is just gorgeous, all the canals. Mm-hmm. Munich was, even though it was a city, it was just like the Bavarian, like the traditional. Same with Frankfurt, like
beautiful architecture,
very traditional, beautiful architecture. In Ireland, like it's the most beautiful place in the world, like, and especially like in Dingle, like there was a moment so Sarah and I, when we got there, our Airbnb was like 20 minutes from the bus station. So I was like, all right, like we'll just walk like 20 minutes, like no big deal, with our like huge 60-pound suitcases. Mm-hmm. But like 20 minutes in Europe is not like 20 minutes in New York or New Jersey. Like you never know what kind of like hill you're gonna have to climb, staircase you're gonna have to climb, bridge you're gonna have to go over. Mm-hmm. And so we were walking, and it was like slight incline. It was not a slight incline. We literally were hiking up a mountain, it felt like, with our 2 suitcases after traveling all day. But like, you get to the top, and it's just like the most beautiful landscape of Dingle. And it's just unbelievable. And there's a moment where I was just like by myself walking it, and I was just crying looking at how gorgeous the views were. It was just surreal. And in Galway, we stayed on a houseboat right on the harbor, and that was unreal. Or the bay, the Galway Bay. That was amazing. And yeah, it's just like the most beautiful place in the world. Europe in general is just unbelievable. And just being able to like take a bus or the train, like the train ride from Geneva, Switzerland to Zurich, like seeing the backcountry of Switzerland and seeing the Swiss Alps, and just, it's breathtaking. And then when we went from Germany or Switzerland to Germany, it was gorgeous. Like, it was just unreal.
Yeah.
The views.
Yeah. The landscape, the terrain, all of the free range animals just being beautiful. Yeah, nature is really gorgeous there. And I just love that it can be a city, and then you take a train 15-20 minutes out, and it's beautiful farms, beautiful mountains, and beautiful water, and it's all just so compact, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like if you drive cross country here, it takes you a while to see something new.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. And then just the people that we met along the way. It's just like, I'll never forget them. Like, we met so many interesting heads, so many beautiful people. Like, this would never, ever, ever happen here, anywhere in the United States, honestly. I wouldn't feel safe to do this, ever.
No.
But when I was in Dingle, I went alone to Ventry Beach, which, like, Ventry is like right outside of Dingle. You get on a bus for a €3 round trip, and they only take coins, and I didn't have coins that day. So this is how it started. I had to rush I finished work. I rushed to get to the bus before it left, because it was like the only one that day. So I had to get there in time. And they didn't have Uber, and taxis were like iffy. So I got there on time, but then I realized, oh shit, I don't have any coins. They didn't take cards. So there was like a girl around my age, and I was just like, hey, is there any way you have like coins for me? I can Venmo you. And she was like, oh my gosh, you do not have to Venmo me. Like, so sweet. And of course it's in our Irish accent, so it's even nicer than I'm sounding. And she was like, oh no, don't worry. Like, if someone needs something, I'm always willing to help. And she covered the cost. Oh no, the bus driver at first was like, oh, don't worry about it. But I wasn't sure if like he would be my bus driver on the way back. So I was like worried. So I asked if she just had like €1.50 for on the way back. And she was like, oh, I'll just pay for you both ways. So sweet. It was just so sweet. Like, no one would do that.
No one.
And then she didn't even like bat an eye when I asked.
So sweet.
And then I go to the beach. I have such a lovely day. There's like these gorgeous Irish men like playing hurling like right in front of me. There's like beautiful families just like running around, dogs running around.
Yes.
Like right up to me and like sitting right on my lap. Like, just, and you just look down and saw the beautiful mountain green like landscapes and hills and rolling hills of Ireland, like while you're sitting on the beach. Crazy. The cliffs and everything. And then I was like, okay, so the bus was coming at like 6:15. to come get me. So I pack up my stuff. I go to what I think is the bus stop. It's what Maps tells me is the bus stop. I just like walk in front of this like random building and I'm waiting and I'm sitting there with all my stuff. And I'm waiting and it's like 6:15. The bus has not shown up. Oh no. And then it's like 6:20 and this couple walks by and I'm like, do you know if this is the bus stop? And they're like, we were just talking about that. Like, we're not sure where the bus stop is. But like, hope it comes. And I'm like, yeah, me too. They keep walking and then it's 6:30 and the bus still hasn't come. I'm just waiting there and I'm starting to kind of panic because my phone was on 10% and I needed to get back for a client at 7 or 8 or something. And I was like, I was definitely panicking. And then all of a sudden, like, this car comes by and it's that couple that just walked by and they're like, we're going into Dingle Town, like, we'll bring you. And I was just like, okay. And I get in the car with them and they drop me off at the Airbnb and it was like just so nice. And it's just like that would never happen around here. Like, I would never feel safe to get in the car with strangers here, one. And two, no one would ever ask someone because it would be weird to do something like that here, where it shouldn't be weird. Like, they're just nice people looking out for a nice person. And yeah, it was just like that, and just so many people like that like we met along the way that are just like wanting to connect. Like, Americans are just like not wanting to just like connect and like really get to know people on a deep level. Like, people in Europe, like, it's normal to just like start up conversation and to like get deep and to connect, like really connect, not just like superficially connect or like, how can I benefit off of you? Like, that's how it is here. It's just not like that there. And
there's also like no judgment.
And like so much community. It's just like, I just loved meeting all the people along the way.
The peeps were good.
But yeah, I feel like we have to tell the pizza night.
Yes, we have
like
to.
I feel like our listeners need to hear it.
We went to Ibiza and we went out that night and it was incredible and it was a journey. But so we had bought the tickets. We were between seeing Mike Posner, right? What's his name?
David Guetta.
Mike Posner.
You're thinking of Mike Posner who's saying I took a pill in Ibiza.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why he's on your mind. And the Chainsmokers. So we decided with the Chainsmokers because the Chainsmokers just felt more our energy, more nostalgic too. We knew more of their songs. And so we got the early bird tickets because we love a discount. And we were like, we want to experience the whole night for what it was. And this is at Ushuaia, by the way. I don't think we mentioned that. Yeah. So it's at Ushuaia, and which is this famous club in Ibiza. So we were between like there and other places. So we decided on that. That day, I worked that day and took a meeting that day, and we had to be out of there by 3:30. We had to get our taxi because we needed to be there by 4:30. But earlier in that day, we decided that we really wanted to go all night and see the sunrise the next day. That was the goal, was we needed to come back and see the sunrise on Cowalunga Beach, because that was the beach we were at. It was beautiful, it was quiet, very family oriented, and we were about to have a fun, crazy, silly, goofy night. So that was our goal, and we had gone, so we took the Uber to, or not even the Uber, the cab to Ushuaia, to get in line. We made ourselves some drinks because we heard the drinks were really expensive. And that they were. And we hit our shooters
in all different places of our bodies. I wore a Pink Pony Club outfit. We had our Dr. Scholl's on, and we were ready to go. Dr. Scholl's. Dr. Scholl's sneaks, and we were ready to go. You knew this was going to be a good night because on the way there in the cab, they were playing Bruce. Bruce Springsteen came on.
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen came on.
The radio.
And Ibiza.
Yeah, Ibiza. So we were like, oh my God. Yeah. We knew it was going to be a good night. So we get to Ushuaia. We go straight to the bar as per usual to get Red Bull vodkas because we knew we were going to be up all night. So we wanted to start early. So we finished our roadies right outside of the club, came in, they put our wristbands on. Also, I do have to say, like, just such a high level of security there, like really high security check. You really felt safe going in. Yeah. They were checking everything. Yeah. Lots of bouncers everywhere. Definitely, I felt kind of safe immediately heading into the place. Also by the community of people that were there too. Yeah. I feel like club life in New York sometimes can even be individualized to just like one group of community. This just felt very much like all encompassing. Every
types of people.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why we chose Chainsmokers 2 over David Guetta, because we felt like there was maybe like a very specific type of like frat boy energy at David Guetta.
Yes.
Compared to the Chainsmokers. Like, wow, was that an array of heads?
Yeah.
There. All different types of outfits. Like,
yes.
It was not just like rave outfits or like really like influencer-y outfits. Like,
yeah,
people were there in their jeans and tees and their comfy
literally
sneaks. Like, people were there to dance. And whatever that meant for you of how you want to dress to dance, that's what people did. And vibe.
Yes. And we get to the bar and Sarah gets the drinks for us and she turns around, hands the drinks to us, which they were fat drinks. They were big kahunas.
Double.
They were
vodka,
nice.
Red Bulls.
And Sarah's like, you'll never believe how much that was. And we were like, what? How much? Like 30? $50 a drink.
150 euros.
Yes.
So more like 175 US dollars.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was expensive for sure. So we started with that. And then we went to the bathroom and then we took some pictures with some people around the bathroom. That was really fun. Yeah. That was a really great time. And then we got out of the bathroom, looked around. They had dancers, beautiful dancers. It's all outside. Yeah. It's surrounded by their hotel, the Ushuaia Hotel. It was just beautiful. There was so much to see and look at and so many beautiful colors, so many bars, but really open for also dancing space too, which I
so
loved.
Much room for movement and activity. And like the sun was setting right behind the stage, like while you're listening to Say You'll Never Let Me Go. It was so fun.
Yeah,
it was the best. Yeah, it was the best day ever.
We danced. We met a couple that had just gotten married. They were on their honeymoon.
Yeah.
Loved them. We stayed with them the whole night. Yeah. They were so cute.
So sweet.
And so sweet. Tyler and I were then thirsty for another beverageino. So we decided this was the night that we were going to drink cerveza.
Yes, we had cerveza.
And that was the night we became cerveza girlies.
It was.
We loved the Heinekens that they were giving us.
We did.
Because we were like, what's the cheapest thing here? Beer. Yeah. And they were amazing. It was refreshing. I actually felt like I was drinking a Gatorade. It was great.
Exactly.
And we danced the whole night there. The concert probably ended at around like 11 midnight. Went outside. We were outside just fooling and booling for a bit, kind of deciding our next move. And right across the street from Ushuaia is High, which is the #1 club in the world.
Yeah, no, literally, it's actually rated the #1 club in the world.
And so what they're really known for are their projections and the club music, the atmosphere. So we were like, okay, let's go in there. So we go in there.
Because with our wristbands, you did get a discounted. You got a discounted entrance because you're on Ushuaia first.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was so fun. And then so we went in high, and it was not popping in there. Yeah. It was a little too early because I'm assuming we were there around like 11:30, 12.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too crazy or anything, but it was starting to fill up a bit. And we just we got another drink, I believe, got another cerveza,
A couple more.
Yeah. Danced a little more. And that music there, that night in particular, they didn't have any of the projections or anything. So we were kind of like, oh, what's happening here? It's the #1 club in the world. They did have like great club music that was literally just like, and it was like that beat vibrated throughout your whole entire body, your whole vessel. You were just a vibration of a person. So that was really fun. That was really great. We met a couple of friends there.
Yeah.
Abel and
Ryan.
And we had a great night with them, with Abel.
Yeah.
Ryan toodalooed.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
With our friends.
With our friends. And we decided kind of after listening to that, I think we were there until like about 2 or 3. So we had we'd gone outside. The thing about High that I really enjoyed was they had a lot of different areas. It felt like a big exploration. Felt like I was on a scavenger hunt. There was a crazy upstairs that we went to. There was like botanical pieces everywhere.
Yeah.
So that was really nice.
Yeah, I would love to go back for like an actual night, like when there's like a DJ that we know.
A themed night would be unbelievable there. I believe it. Because of the space itself is so intricate and cool, and yeah, it was so fun. It was me, Tyler, and Abel. Like, we were just vibing, the three of us. And we were like, we want to dance. Like, we want to dance. We want to shake our hips. Like, want to listen to some reggaeton. So I Googled some places to dance near us, and 2 places came up. And we decided to go to the reggaeton club, which was called Murphy's.
Time was not a thing.
No.
Like, I don't even know what time we arrived. At that point, we were feeling ourselves. The vibes have taken over.
It was 30. Yeah.
Vibes have taken over at that point, and we were just going with it and having a great time. So we get there, we get more cervezas, we're dancing. Me and Maggie and Abel are all dancing and grooving and having a great time. And like, we were just being so silly, like
so silly,
so bopping from place to place, scurrying all around.
There was a little couch in the corner.
And so we're all dancing, we're all vibing, and all of a sudden it was like almost 6 a.m. and the sunrise was 6:30. So Maggie and I were like, so long, fellas, we gotta go. We gotta go. So we get in our taxi. Our taxi driver dropped us off at our beach in Calalunga. And I was telling the taxi driver that we were on our honeymoon, and she was mi esposa. And we were, and he believes it. And it was really beautiful. And then Maggie and I had our honeymoon on the beach and watched the sunrise. We skinny dipped in the Mediterranean and watched the sunrise and
listened to sandcastles, screamed it at the ocean.
We really cleansed our souls that day.
Yeah, that morning was so magical.
Souls. It was so magical, and it was just like unbelievable. And no one was on the beach. It was completely quiet. Yeah, we danced. We couldn't stop dancing because we were dancing for hours. So like, we literally were just like talking about like deep stuff while swaying because we just could not stop dancing. And then like all of a sudden we're talking, and like at the same time, like the hangover just like fucking hits us.
I literally
Like-
start to crawl into fetal position.
We felt like a death.
And my pink pony club outfit on the beach chair.
And my makeup's like down my face. I'm all, like, I look like a wet dog.
And it is now 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30 in the morning. And we started drinking at 3:30 the day before. So we make our way back to our Airbnb. That walk of shame was real. And we popped into bed and we rotted.
Yeah, we rotted.
That day.
That was our €1 rot day.
We had
Rot
one day.
We had one singular Euro rot day, and it was that.
It was that. It was great.
And it was great.
I don't even know if my wedding day or the day of my firstborn child is going to be
Yeah.
better than that.
It's got to-
at the age. Like,
No,
it's going to take a lot. It's not that day. It's going to take a lot.
A lot. I agree. I just feel like the music of that night just like lives in me. It is like it was all the things I wanted in a night. It was everything I needed in a night. We just danced our hearts out. And that's all I ever want at a night out is I just want to dance. And that's what I always tell people. I'm like, no, like, I don't care. Like, people go out to meet people. People go out to, sit at a bar and be sad. No, when I go out, all I ever want to do is dance.
Yeah.
And that's literally what we did.
We did. We danced and danced and danced and made so many good memories. And I wouldn't change anything.
No,
Nothing.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
It was so perfect. The whole thing was perfect. Oh, we also did like a beautiful spa in Switzerland.
Oh my God. The
Yeah.
spa day in Switzerland was one of my favorite days in the world too.
Yes. Yeah.
Ever.
We did a Irish Roman ritual. It was unbelievable.
Such a nice day. I was just thinking about that massage this week actually,
Yeah.
because of how bad my lower back pain has been this week. Like how much I would kill for that woman to just dig her fucking elbows into me again. Like,
Right. And then the hot stone, like on a hot stone. Yeah, so it was like you would go from hot to cool to hot to cool. Oh, it was so nice. And we did this like cleansing thing where you rubbed this clay all over your body and you sat in this really hot sauna
yeah.
for 12 minutes just with like the clay on your naked body. Just like the three of us were just like sitting in the sauna, just like with the clay, like
So good.
sweating off of us. You just sit there and you breathe through it. And then like after the 12 minutes, the cold shower just like falls on you
Yeah.
and you're supposed to like rinse it all off.
Oh,
It was just so amazing.
it was unbelievable.
It was amazing.
Unbelievable.
I loved it.
Oh, and all your tattoos.
Oh yeah.
You got so many tattoos.
Yes, I did. So back like at this point 2 years ago, I got this like beautiful like curvy woman sitting like naked and she has daffodils coming out of her head. I have this like beautiful woman I have tattooed on my right thigh, and in each country I got the national flower tattooed like all around her. So it's like she's sitting in this like beautiful garden, and I love it so much because it's like each flower is so different and done by different artists in different country, and it like I just feel like it really represents like the art from each of the countries and
Yes.
just the different styles, and I love it, and I'm just like so happy with how it looks.
Yeah.
Like she feels so complete now, but it's like going to continue to grow
Yes.
with all the places I continue to visit. So I really love it, and I'm just like happy I have something like that.
I love it. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. There's so much more to talk about. Like I went to this crazy festival in Amsterdam, this like crazy like local it's called Georgie's Wonder Garden, and it was just this like I don't even know how to it's really hard to explain. Like it was just like imagine Burning Man but like way more humble and like the Europe version. And like Sarah and I were the only Americans there. Like it was very local. The only reason we found out about it was our friend Danny Builder, her friend who's from the Netherlands, recommended it. So we went, and it was beautiful. Like, you had to like consent to all of these things before you went. Like, you had to consent to consent. You had to consent that like you're going to come with an open mind because this is nothing you've ever experienced before, that like everyone's welcome, that we're going to look out for one another. It was life-changing, truly life-changing. Like, it was so interesting. It was this, in this field that people live in, like this village area, and they opened it up for this festival, and it's like, it's never ending. Like, the exploring is never ending. And like, you would just be like walking down this path, and it would be like all like this like ethereal like music playing, and then like trippy lights, and then like you would just like stumble upon like this jam band like just play music there, people like dancing and vibing, and then like you continue walking, there'd be like a tree house. It was just like never ending. There was a swing people are swinging on. All local food, all plant-based food, locally sourced, local alcohol. Like, it was so cool. And then like there was a chapel in the middle of the field, and from the outside it sounded completely quiet. You go in, it was a whole techno club inside of the chapel. That's sick. So we were dancing in the techno club inside of the chapel. It was just like the coolest thing ever. And we kept ending up in places that were having huge events happening. We didn't even talk about that. Like, we were in Ibiza when the Chainsmokers were there. We were
in Barcelona right before the people of Barcelona started
protesting. So we made it.
We survived.
We survived that.
And we went to the Euro Cup.
Yeah, we were in Nice right before the Tour de France happening. So there's a bunch of like stuff themed around that. Yeah, then we were in Munich for the Euro Cup semifinals. So we went and went to the fan zone.
Yeah, it was so fun.
We were there for that. It was so cool. I don't think anything was happening in Frankfurt. Yeah, no. And we were only there for 2 days. In Amsterdam, we were there. We went to Georgie's Wonder Garden, but we were also there for the biggest music festival in Europe. We were in Dublin for the hurling finals. We were in Galway for the Galway races, which was like the equivalent of the Kentucky Derby here. We were in Dingle for the Dingle races.
Wow.
We were in Killarney for the Puck Festival, which is like this like huge goat festival. I don't know.
Yay.
We didn't go to it, but it seemed cool. Yeah, it was crazy how we were ending up in places like, and we did not plan that. Like, just happened.
And like we were just in Europe when like the Olympics were also happening in Europe.
Like, exactly.
Which is just so cool to, even though we weren't, in Paris or around Paris, but you did fly.
Yeah, we were in Paris actually right after it ended. That was our connecting flight. So yeah, you're right. Like, we were there for so many things. It was incredible. But
yeah. What was your peach and pit?
My peach was the Ushuaia day for sure. That was my favorite day. And so much, like, at Switzerland I adored, Amsterdam I adored, and Ibiza. Dingle is like home. So like, I'm not gonna even count that, but yeah, all those places. And then the pit was like the amount of times that we were running late for our transportation. Like, we had to run through the airport so many times. We had to rush to a train or rush to a bus so many times. So it was just like the stress of making sure we got to our transportation on time. But still, it made for a funny moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my peach and pit. What's yours?
My peach is probably like the art, music, and food. Like overall, just all of it. Like every art museum I felt whole in, every music event we were at, like the flamenco dancing,
Yes.
and Ushuaia and all that. Like I just always felt amazing. And then when I was eating the goods, I was always feeling good.
Yeah.
And I guess like my pit would be, I learned like a lot from it. It was good, but probably like managing grieving while I was trying to enjoy a trip.
Yeah.
Like if I could have not done that, I would have chose not to do that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But probably that. But I mean, yeah, they all, I feel like everything else just made for all, there were so many chaotic moments, but
like it
overall,
taught,
it was so fun.
yeah, and of course, like I wish I could have taken that pain away from you so much, but I feel like it really like that was such an example of like having to find gratitude even in the hardest moments, and like the balance of the pain and the pleasure, and the balance of the good and the bad and the hard and the easy, and like all of it, like the balance of what the human experience in life is. You've really got to experience that firsthand, and we're like, you had to force yourself to. So I feel like, and that's not an easy thing to do.
So true.
Like most of us are very indulgent in our feelings and like are very like all encompassing of one or the other, when like really like you were forced to just balance both of those things. So
yeah,
and you did it so gracefully. So you should be proud of yourself, because yeah, that was not easy to do.
but that was fun. But it was fun. It was fun to do in the end. It was fun.
Like, damn, like at least you know you're fucking strong. Like, and you can do hard things.
Yes, we can do hard things, Glennon.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, no, I did. I feel like we found so much gratitude in everything. I mean, yeah, it taught me so much. As much as it was like a pit, like it was still like there was still a lot of peaches within that pit.
Exactly.
Yeah, with a peach, there needs to be the pit.
Exactly.
And with a pit,
there
comes a peach.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's why I like that over the pecan pit. Is it pecan pit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. A pit can't be a peach without a, and a peach can't be a pit.
They're yin and yang.
They are. They are.
All right. Yeah. Well, this was an amazing episode. We're happy to be back. Happy to catch you up.
Yes. And we're so excited for season 2. We have some new segments coming your way.
Yep.
And some great guests that are going to be coming on. And yeah, we might actually be in a different spot in a couple episodes from now. So very exciting. Follow us on Instagram at Act and Analyze Podcast. Follow us on TikTok, Act and Analyze Podcast. Subscribe and like us on YouTube as well. And yeah, share with everyone you love.
Share it.
Yeah.
And rate us.
Peace.
Please. Love you.
Love you. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.